What are some of the first things that stand out, and just in terms of like the evolution and the growth, the things that you sort of look back and be like, wow, I'm here now.
I think evolution is constant.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and the only way you can look and say, I'm here is if you're complacent, if you become complacent or stagnant. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So I'm still in motion. I'm still evolving, still growing, still learning.
Absolutely, man. And the thing that I could really, really appreciate, man, is the role that you've taken, man, that, just come out of this growth. Like I said, we've seen you on so many different levels. I'm pretty sure you've experienced a lot of people from, inside the culture, outside the culture, that counted you out, just several different times. But, just to see that role that you've, just stepped into, from a standpoint of not only just, dope as artists, first and foremost,
Thank you.
you've evolved into an amazing, just actor. Can't deny that. And your role as a family man, just opening yourself up to show yourself as a father, as a husband,
I mean,
um,
that's not
as an
really
entrepreneur.
yeah, see, that's the thing. I think that, I don't really have really much about my life to hide. You dig? So, and it's strange to hear father, husband, family man on the same list as rapper, actor. Like, what I'm saying? When you say the role of, like, it's not really a role. I'm just kind of showcasing this part of my life. I'm not playing a role. And I think that's the thing. I never put on a face just for the public.
Mm,
You know what I mean? What you see is what you get.
right
You know,
on.
and I am a father. I am a family man, and that being a big part of who I am, it's gonna be reflected in my imagery and in my day to day.
Absolutely. So how are you doing in terms of just the balance, man? Because we see you constantly working.
Mm,
We always hearing about a new venture,
mm,
a new project that's on the way. But at the same time, man, like I said, man, you're a full-fledged family man. We can see that you're very engaged in your family life. At the same time, very, very engaged in the community. For yourself. I mean, like how are you finding that balance of just juggling all these things, man? Because it's a lot.
yeah. Um, I mean, bro, it don't really bother me, man, until it's just dealing with so many different personalities really is the most challenging thing. You know what I
Mm,
mean? My family, the things that we know each other so well and we have such a bond to where that's effortless. You
mm.
did. But having to insert myself among so many different personalities and people with other perspectives and other, what I'm saying, just other mindsets. That's the most difficult part about the community work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because everybody don't grow the same. Everybody don't view things through the same lens. Everybody ain't at the same point in their evolution.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that part of it becomes challenging. It gets a bit, I guess, heavy. You know what I mean? But I think, understanding comes in the morning.
I just don't think that people really understand the magnitude of what things like people like yourself are doing. You know, on the flip side, you just talk to your brother Cube. A couple weeks ago, the magnitude of what Cube is trying to do, and it's
Hmm.
so equivalent to the whole idea of people shut up and dribble with LeBron, as if they don't want you guys to speak up. You guys have made it. You guys got your money. Why are you is are you really doing this like for real, for real? It's just like I don't know.
Uh, it depends. Like the message is only as important as the person as that it's coming from. So, the shut up and dribble, like who is it coming from? You know what I'm saying? Like if it's coming from a person that's not a respectable person, why would you respect the statement?
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? If it's coming from a person, like how validated or like how worthy are they of comment on the subject? You know, what gives them the right, what puts them at an expert position to
mm,
say or not any of us should or shouldn't be involved with anything. Hell, the fucking president ain't a fucking politician. You
right,
didn't get him to shut up and do reality TV.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like comments is like, opinions is like assholes. You did.
Everybody definitely got them. Man, this election is about to happen.
Mhm.
We have no idea, 50-50 how it's going to turn out. We definitely have already seen a lot of, foul play when it comes to, just what looks like, the ultimate cheat, scam, scandal, potentially on the way, in several different ways. Like, what are your thoughts? I mean, early voting numbers are off the charts.
Mhm.
Um, what are your thoughts? What are your feelings like right now, just based on where we are?
No, I think this is a time of preparation for either side, however it turn out.
Right.
So, um, I mean, I don't really have no feelings. Just I think to be on the optimistic side, like you said, early voting numbers are astronomically high, which is
Hmm.
that tells me, it gives me, more optimism in the outcome. But I don't want to be presumptuous. I don't want to jump to a conclusion that hasn't just rested in its place yet.
Right.
Uh, so I'm just, like everybody else, I'm just waiting patiently, for the outcome and preparing myself for whichever outcome may present itself.
Regardless to whatever happens after this election, what are some of the things that you are encouraging people that they need to be focusing on, regardless of which way it goes?
I think local elections, like local politics, city councilmen, district attorneys, those deserve the most attention because they have the greatest impact.
Right. And really everything that, we've been marching for, fighting for, frustrated about, a lot of that comes back to the legislation that was
Hmm.
passed or was not passed on those same officials that you're talking about right now.
Yeah. I think we've gotten pretty good at checkers, and it's time to learn chess.
What were some of your first steps once you started to decide it's time for you to get proactive? What are some of the first steps that your everyday person can do to make like real change so they'll
Um,
understand?
find out who's organizing in your community. Every community has a grassroots organizer
Mm,
or someone who just genuinely kind of want to put it down for the people and do whatever they can to help the people, and they do it consistently. Every community has one.
absolutely.
It might not be a celebrity, it might not be a politician, it might not be a pastor. It may be a football coach.
Mm,
You know, it be the candy lady. It may, who knows, but everybody in every community knows that there's that one organizer or a few organizers. I say get with them and, let them kind of guide your steps at first to know how to organize, how to demonstrate what the process is. Um, and just kind of like try to move on one accord.
absolutely. Um, I definitely want to, you know, pivot a little bit. And another, just congratulations. Another thing that I've really been enjoying is you embracing the opportunity that podcast one put in front of you, man. It's like Dude, we're having a ball with Expeditiously, man.
Thank you.
Like we're having a ball, man. What has that experience been like for you, man?
Um, Man, it's an adjustment, you know, things, um, learning new things, just getting the chance to meet new people
Right.
and, be enlightened by new perspectives. Um, and, just growing, another journey, another path to whatever your ambitions are for this particular venture. So I'm excited about it, man. I've enjoyed myself, and hopefully we continue to enhance the brand and elevate the discussion.
Oh, without question, I'm telling you, man, that dude, the Brian Grazer interview, man, that was like phenomenal.
Thank you.
The Jermaine Dupri, it's like man, just helping him not only peel back the layers, but holding him up once he started talking too fast. Like, man, you're just not gonna brush over the fact that Left
Right.
Eye was just staying at the crib.
Yeah.
You know,
That was pretty, that
you're not gonna
pretty.
keep brushing over the fact, saying that the big homie's girlfriend, you put her in a group and now she's hanging out. It's just
Yeah. I mean, to hear the stories of how things came together,
right.
we were able to witness the result, the outcome,
Yeah.
know the process, and know all of the other necessary steps that had to take place prior to. It's interesting to me.
No, it's definitely dope, man. I'm loving the energy. Like some of I mean, really my favorite podcasts right now, are, cats like yourselves, man, your peers, man, what Nori's doing, loving
Yeah,
what Talib is doing.
right on.
It's just that, peeling back those layers, because you guys have stories, that only you guys know, because a lot of these stories that's taking place, it's like, man, you all know because you all been hanging out, kicking it, or heard
Right.
about such and such. So it's been really dope, man. Just really just seeing how you guys are embracing the podcast space. And it's like, man, we have to tell these stories, man. We gotta journal our culture. It's so important.
That's why places like the Trap Music Museum, man, is so important. That's why that was, what I'm saying, just an amazing opportunity that we were just extremely glad to be able to execute properly and to maintain.
Man, shout out to my brother New Face.
Yeah, that's right. New.
That's that's my dog, man. That's my dog. And I went ahead and I fell through. I took my daughter with me. She was probably about 7 at the time, and I posted some pictures. And her mom sent me like, man, okay, so Trap Music Museum, huh? I'm
Mm,
like, I'm like, absolutely. And I was like, you want to know why? Because as a journalist,
right.
my brother New Face, has some of my work in the Trap Music Museum,
Okay.
and as a journalist, some of your work, I'm telling her some of your work is in there too on magazine projects that we worked on together, as well as my baby's godfather. So it's
Right.
all good. But I mean, brilliant place, man. One of those things to where, man, I really hope that word is continuing to get out. I hope people are, making this a point when they're traveling to Atlanta. I already know people still are running through there, and it's, definitely a success. It's still open. But man, I'm talking about the detail that y'all
Mm,
put together. These different rooms, starting off, from walking into the liquor store, just the
yeah.
whole experience. And dude, I would have never imagined from looking from the outside of that building that I
Right.
was about to have that experience walking in, man.
Man, I mean, we honored to be able to offer that experience.
Mm,
And, we just feel proud to be able to tell our story before, what I'm saying, before our Caucasian counterparts tell it for us, what I'm
right.
saying, I think. And then just that it's a place for us, you know what I'm saying? We own it, we operate it. It's
Absolutely.
ours that we've created. And can't nobody come shut us down, tell us, close early or turn our music down. Can't no, you know what I mean? All of the shit that people of authority have been able to use against hip hop.
Absolutely.
All of the things that, you know what I'm saying, that people in positions, I guess, prominence have been able to tell young people to tell trap music. Now, we shut that down. Now, make it go away. With now, you
Right.
can't go away. We own this, and this is our universe, our culture, and you know what I'm saying. It's proud for me to be able to be a part of that. You know, offering that to the community.
Oh, without question, man. And we can't talk about trap music without talking about, that snowman, man, and this situation we got coming up in a few weeks, man. That y'all got everybody buzzing and excited about this versus battle. It's not
Yeah.
even a battle though. It's just this, just show of love, appreciation, man. Man,
Mm-hmm.
speak on that. Being able to go ahead and just connect with your brother, man, and just take,
Oh man.
trap music to a whole nother level, man, with this experience.
I mean, it's a pleasure. You know, it's a pleasure to be a part of such a legacy, that that is shared by someone who I have, such a great level of respect for, and for us to have made it and evolved to this place where is so, I guess, illustrious at this point now that it's like grown wings of its own, and now,
Mm,
like, as the architects of it, you know what I mean?
right,
That motherfuckers looking to us like, okay, so y'all, y'all, we want y'all to go ahead and set the stage
right.
and show us how this shit, how this shit began. That's how I feel. It's just a blessing to be in such a position, man. It's a blessing to be alive, first of all,
No doubt.
to 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 have seen it, grow to this point. And it's also just an extreme level of a blessing to have been as successful or as consistent, or to have made such significant contributions
Right.
to still relevant. Is, what I'm saying, right here, right now, today, 20 years later.
Now, it's crazy to think about, man. It's great. And and it's always something new, bro. That's the crazy thing. It's always something new. It's like, to blink, to look up and see, damn, Tips and Ant-Man? Hold on a second. Was that Tip in American Gangster? Like, hold
Mm.
on a second. I know that ain't Tip, you know what I'm saying, with the whole, the hair and the clothes and, just opposite Eddie Murphy. Dolomite. I know that ain't Tip right there, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just talk about, speak on that acting lane, man, and what's that's been for you, man. Because I mean, just those projects alone, let alone, just ATL. I mean, it's just, bruh, like speak on that particular lane. And like I said, being so well versed, but to be able to still take acting seriously and for those type of roles to, continue to come your way. It's not just because you're, a popular guy that can rhyme. It's like, nah, it's like you putting in work too, bro.
So I think acting, I got like, so I learned from Q, Pac,
Mm,
LL, Queen Latifah, DMX. You know, um, I learned that the natural evolution for a rapper is to transition into film and television.
right.
Like, they showed me that. Okay, so once you done went double platinum, triple platinum, this, that, and the other. Okay, so to continue your journey and to expand your growth, to diversify your portfolio, the natural transition is to get into film and television. So that was always kind of like just embedded in my mindset. I want to get in here and definitely uh, hold the art form of hip hop up in high regard, but I want to earn myself the opportunity to step into the world of film and television as a result of it. So that was always my definite intention. So like ATL was a blessing to me.
No
And
doubt.
for that to kind of be like a write-off, like they really did not expect for that movie to do anything. Nobody thought one would care.
Right.
They said, man, they would be happy if they did 2 million the first week at the box office, and we did
Right.
14 to 18 million, something like that. What's up? What's up? I don't think we got the number one slot that week, and in the box office. I don't believe, but it just kind of exceeded our expectations and defied the odds of what Hollywood deemed possible. You know what I'm saying? For a project like that, and it became a cult classic.
Right.
And it opened the door for me and solidified me as a, as an actor.
No doubt.
Many people first time can come in and like be the lead in a feature.
Right.
So
Right.
that led to me doing things like American Gangster and Takers,
Mm.
and other things. And I'm just happy to continue on my path as a storyteller.
Absolutely. Before we get off acting, man, you got to tell me about that one-on-one experience, though, man. You and Eddie Murphy, brother. Come on, man. Speak on that, man. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you thinking back to the childhood, man. You thinking like, man, hold up a second. I'm about to do this scene.
Right.
This ain't just it's not like just the random cameo. I got a couple lines and I'm stepping in, stepping out. Like, bruh, you're engaging.
Yeah.
With one of our greats, bro.
It was definitely a milestone, but it wasn't as I guess it wasn't as much pressure as you would think about it, like how you describe it, because like I think, okay, so every set is going, the tone of every set is going to be set by
Right,
which is the director and the star. Yeah, I mean,
right on.
um, and Eddie is such a class act, so he's so professional,
Mm.
um, that when he step on set, it's real kind of like just it's cool because he's so prepared to where he don't have to be as stiff about it.
Mm.
We might be nervous, but he like, man, what the fuck wrong with y'all, man? Come on, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And having that kind of loose energy allows you to feel like, all right, cool, we can have fun. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Because the last thing you want to do is fuck up in front of Eddie Murphy. You know what I mean?
Real talk.
But
Real.
when it ain't even really like it ain't even that much pressure. It's just like, man, we just gonna do our thing. We gonna vibe a little bit. And that's kind of the tone that was set. So it was easy. It was easy to ad lib and just play around with the shit.
Real talk, man. I'm telling you, man. Like I said, man, it's just been a great experience watching the journey, and as serious as we know you could be sometime, man. You a funny dude, man. It's like you a funny dude. It's like even on the podcast, man. That shows so many different layers because we get to see you talk so much, and it's like, man, you throw the little quick little jokes too, like
I mean,
So
that it come from that come from public school bus.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Come from, eating 3 lunches in the cafeteria at the
yes,
job.
sir.
You know what I'm saying? It's all a product of my childhood. Just I am no more than a culmination of my experiences.
That's
Yeah,
real talk.
I've had lighthearted, heartfelt, funny experiences. I've had extremely dark, traumatic, violent experiences. You dig? But they are both brought together to and grounded by a center mass, you know what I'm saying, which is heart, mind, and soul, you know what I'm saying? So I just kind of serve that shit up as I see fit or as I deem appropriate, you know what I mean? Like, different moves calls for different, you know what I mean? Different cards. It's like, you play spades.
Of course.
Okay, so shit, you don't goddamn play the spade. You don't cut a book if your partner already won it.
Oh,
You
for
know,
sure. Yeah, absolutely. You gotta watch the whole board. You gotta watch the board at all times.
that how I feel about like, my different applications of personality. You know what I mean? I kind of read the room, read the environment as best as I can. And if you know what I'm saying, if the room calls for a joke, I throw one out there. Sometimes I feel like the room might not call for a joke, but it need one, so I'm gonna throw it out there. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
that shit is, usually that shit is hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that shit is right on the money, and other times you kind of misread the situation. And other people, they take adverse opinion to your application of personality, but you just have to continue on being who you are.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate who you are, Mr. Harris, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate you taking the time, man, to check in. Loving to see what you're doing. Looking forward to seeing what's coming up next. Because I know there's always something coming up next with you, man.
Yeah, absolutely, without question, man. We just continuing to develop films, looking for a project for me to kind of debut myself as a director. Uh,
Mm.
for a story that I could kind of wrap my mind around and present through my lens.
Well,
Uh,
Brian Granger want to do that Ti story.
man, Esther, I don't want to do like I think what's most interesting about Ti
Yeah.
is all the shit that he went through before he became Ti.
Right.
Like me as a child, my childhood coming up, and how I was in the highest percentile of age group, region,
Mm.
uh, and just the culture that was doomed. Like it was
Mm.
most likely to fail, whether that was failure by not staying alive long enough to reach my full potential,
Right.
or blowing it all and going to prison. You know what I'm saying? I was in the greatest percentile of people who weren't supposed to make it, and to look back at a kid who was 14, 15 years old, who everywhere he went was reminded, you ain't really supposed to make it to see 18.
Mm.
You
Mm.
might not even stick around. You might not be here to turn 21.
Mm.
And so, like, hearing that as a teenager, as an adolescent,
Right.
hearing it often, teachers, aunties, uncles,
Yep.
friends, news, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Movies, hearing and seeing that
Yeah.
over and over and over and over again, and looking back at that, and now saying that I just turned 40. I wasn't supposed to
Mm.
turn 20. I
Mm.
just turned 40. And on top of that, being Ti.
Right on. Yeah.
That's it's surreal to me, man. And whenever I just kind of like take a moment to notice it, I'm always blown away by it.
I'm saying that sounds like a Netflix or a Hulu series to me. I'm just saying. That's what it sounds like to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just putting that out there, man.
I got some shit I'm working on called Once Upon a Time in the 90s.
Mm.
It's kind of like my Wonder Years. Everybody Hates Chris.
Wow. See that? Yeah.
Yeah, but so that's what I'm working on. I'm working on that series and seeing
Need
about.
that. Need that. Like, and that's like I'm looking what I'm gonna tell you what I'm looking forward to, man. I'm looking forward to those trips to New York because people need to understand, man. It's like you represent, Atlanta, so hard, man. We've been able to see so much, man, of what you mean to the city, man. So I mean, I'm really looking forward to those experiences,
Right,
in New York. The
right,
people, I mean, you talk funny and all that kind of, but just to be able to breathe the air and to be able to see different things that was going on, certain hustles. I mean, just certain, just characteristics, lifestyles, and to be able to bring that back, and it's all you. I mean, the same thing with JD. It was just dope hearing that story about his evolution and how he was able to spend that time up there and then bring it back. And
right.
I think that's a huge reason why you guys got that chokehold, man. Y'all got that chokehold down here in Atlanta, you know, on hip hop, and it's never gonna go away because y'all were able to um, play the background, you know, just weather the storm, you know, you know, just accept, you know, the doubters, you know, and just really just wait your turn. And it's like now, it don't seem like y'all giving it up, man.
Well, I think for us, there was no one way to go about it. You
Mm.
know, and the fact that we had predecessors like Outkast and Goody Mob who were highly skillful and greatly successful, um, but just had so much humility, was just so humble about it in their approach,
Right.
which allowed doors to be open for brash, more abrasive, more arrogant motherfuckers like myself to come in and say, nah, we ain't taking that shit, you know.
Right.
But if it wasn't for the groundwork that they laid and, you know, the doors that they were able to slide through and leave open for us,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I say this all the time. I say, Kilo and Sammy Sam crawled so
Mm.
Ass and Goody Mob could walk. So Tip, Jeezy, and Ludacris could run. So
Mm.
Thug, Future, Migos, and Gunna could fly.
Yes,
You know,
sir. Yes, sir. That's way too real, and that's where we are right now, man. And like I said, it's just exciting to be here. I've been in there here in Atlanta now for the last 10 years, man. So I've been enjoying the ride, man, and just you know, always been a fan of you know, the city, the culture, you know, making these trips, making the visits, and now just to see it up front, man. You know, keep on rocking on, young Tip, man. Love it, love it, love it.
all right, man. Appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. Same to you, man. Welcome to the 40 Club, brother.
All right,
I'll
appreciate it.
catch you soon, man.
All right, in a minute.
All right, for sure.